Today we're going to create motion blur with Affinity photo. So let's get started. To create motion blur, we're going to follow two simple steps. First, extract the subject from background and then apply the blur. Press and hold on the canvas to duplicate. Then go to Pen tool, select the Smart mode and start making selection of our subject. When you are done, tap here to selection. Press and hold on the canvas to duplicate the selection. To do that, remember you are in photo persona. Press and hold again to deselect. To remove extra part from our subject, go to Erase Brush tool. Remember hardness 0, full and opacity at 100%. Change the brush size with this circle. Then start removing that extra background part. Finally, we separated our subject from background. Now we can apply the blur. Let's see what's gonna happen if we apply it. Go to filter. Don't forget to turn this live filter on. Go to blur section and apply motion blur. Radius 100%. Bring the blur layer above the background layer. Now look at, we have ghosting effect around the subject. We don't want it, right? So delete the motion blur layer. Now we have to remove the subject from our background. First, let's name this layer as subject. Now select the background and turn up our subject layer and extra layer. Go to Clone Brush tool and select inpainting brush. Hardness, flow, opacity, everything is 100%. Change the brush size with this circle and start painting to remove. Make sure you remove part by part and try to select a small part at a time. Now we got subject free background. Turn all those layers on. Look at, our shadow is gone, but don't worry, we'll bring it back. Now let's apply the motion blur. This time we're fine, we don't have any ghosting effect. Look at the edges, it's not looking good. Create bunch of copies of motion blur to increase the blur amount. Put all the motion blur layers into a group. Now everything's fine. But still something is missing because our shadow is gone. Earlier we removed it from our background. So we have to bring it back. Go to the bottom extra layer and select the shadow with Pen tool. Press and hold to duplicate the selection and put it under the group layer. Press and hold again to deselect. Go to Move tool to change the size of the shadow and put it in perfect place. If you think the shadow is too dark, then you can decrease the opacity. Finally, we are gonna add a curve to pop our image. We can also change the opacity of curve adjustment. Now we are gonna decrease the opacity of shadow near 84%. And here we are done. This is the before, this is the after. Alright guys, that's for today. Thank you so much for watching.